Welcome back. We're on part 8, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, triple threat between Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and John Cena. This match was awesome. And thank fuck, too, because if they would have just continued the trend, this pay-per-view would have been a huge bomb. But, man, from the very beginning of this, as soon as they announced that this match was going to happen, everybody woke up and, you know, I loved hearing the John Cena sucks at the beginning
Oh
of
yeah, no,
that.
on TV it was incredibly audible. I was really
Was it?
impressed.
I
Yes,
actually
it
didn't
was.
think didn't sound that loud in the arena.
No,
so I wasn't sure if it
it
come
sounded
across.
really good. Even when they got to the point where they were doing his chorus, you could still clearly tell that the crowd was doing it.
I'm
It-
so proud of Philly for that.
Yeah, it might not have been like WrestleMania crowd, but it was still incredibly audible, and I was actually really impressed.
We jumped right on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously,
I
we
would
didn't get
expect you to.
started, but, that was just like, thank God everybody's doing this instead of just, like, us trying
so
to do
fun.
that.
And they weren't just doing like the singing of it; they were doing the hand waves too.
Yeah.
It's that much more fun when you do that.
What's funny though, as fun as it is to sing that song, I've liked John Cena now more than I ever have in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'm probably the same way.
Yeah. Like, I actually like John Cena for the most part, but it's too fucking fun, you know?
It's kind of like Kurt Angle's "You Suck." I mean,
Yeah.
by no means, in any stretch of the imagination, does Kurt Angle suck in any way. But yet, I was gonna chant "He sucks" anyway because it was fun to do it.
Right. I love that one Royal Rumble where they keep it going after he's already made his entrance and the music stopped. There's like a solid minute of just, you suck, you suck. Seth Rollins gets a good pop. Everybody was really in support of him. And then, of course, Brock Lesnar gets the pop of this match. Outside of things
Get that Red
happened,
Warrior pop?
You know
You
why
got-
Hey guys, do you know why he gets that pop? Because he fucking isn't there every week.
No, it's because he's a big enough star.
You know why he's a big enough star? Because he's not fucking there every week.
No, there's no justification for that whatsoever.
Every week.
Some highlights in this
Wait.
match. There was a great part with Seth Rollins. My favorite part of the whole match, doing this corkscrew flip thing. What did he call it? The Phoenix
Phoenix Splash.
Splash.
You
That
know
was
that awesome
awesome.
move? I'm gonna give it a gay ass name.
I actually
not a
like the
bad name.
name.
Oh,
He
yeah.
Well, to be fair, he didn't come up with the name.
Yeah, he didn't name that. It's been around for a while. But
Oh.
nobody in WWE did it.
I think Jack Evans coined that name, but I don't care because Jack Evans is a retard.
The one segment of this match that I was a little bit iffy on was taking Brock Lesnar out of it. Thankfully, it turned out to be Brock Lesnar winning the match anyway, but I actually did sort of believe for maybe about a minute and a half, that something might have gone down. Because when we could see that Paul Heyman was throwing up the X, that was a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And, they fooled us. So, but he actually did get injured, so, that's part of it. But I was pretty sure that this was going to be a match where I enjoyed it, and I was thankfully not surprised, and, it ended up happening. Second best match of the night, as far as I'm concerned, if not the best match of the night. Kind of depends. But I liked it all the way through. All three guys did a great job. They all sold their parts exactly how they were supposed to. You had to get Lesnar out of the match for part of it, so Rollins and Cena could seem like they could win and keep Lesnar looking strong. You've got Rollins looking amazing in this match. I mean, if you did not trust the idea that Seth Rollins could be in the main event, this match should tell you that he is. John Cena wasn't, a bore, and I thought something else was funny about this match where I could hear people complaining and going, "It's the same 5 moves, Cena. Hey, Brock Lesnar just hit a German suplex. Yeah!" So, Brock Lesnar can do 2 moves, and he gets cheered. John Cena does 5, and people are like, same 5 fucking moves. But what do you guys think about this? Are you happy Lesnar retained? Did you like the match? Any other thoughts you want to throw out there? Drew, go ahead first.
Definitely gonna be a match of the year contender. Everything about this match was great. Um, I don't know if I can think of a negative from this match. I know Wago mentioned something that he didn't like, but and I think it had something to do with Cena about how Cena doesn't jump for the Soup Germans. But I really enjoyed this match. This is definitely the match of the night, and everything about it was great, perfect for the most part. The Phoenix Splash was amazing. The ending of the match, that was perfect. The way they did it, where he attempts the curb stomp and he switches it to the F5. It was a great ending. And then when he did the Phoenix Splash, it looks like he comes up short. Just fucking Lesnar comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh, here's some more suplex for you if you didn't get to have enough already. So, yeah, everything about this match was perfect. No complaints. And I think going into this, everyone thought it was going to be a good match. Except they just went and fucking tore the house down. It's as if they knew the Rumble was gonna like either suck or that they wanted to outdo the Rumble. So everything was great about it. Rollins came out looking like a major player, and you definitely know he's gonna be a major part in WWE's future just by this match alone. So
No.
you just know.
It's almost like they're promoting Brock in a way where he's must see on pay-per-view, so you better check the few times out, but he is there. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a lot better if you could check him out all the time and get lots of people to tune in a lot.
The thing is, I know in the past I've hated the idea of him never being there, but it's more in the way that I think he should show up more to pay-per-views. He shouldn't. There's no reason he couldn't wrestle in October, November, December. I think those 4 months he could have done one type of match, even if it was something along the lines of what he did against the Big Show last year at the Rumble, where he just went and just totally just beat the shit out of someone for like 10 minutes. I would have accepted that. I just think he could have been there to maybe wrestle one match. And if they didn't want to pay him, that's fine. But at the same time, WWE didn't necessarily struggle, but it did have some rough moments during that period where he wasn't there. So
It wouldn't have made a difference though if someone else had the title. It doesn't. It's the same guys would be wrestling each other.
not necessarily someone else had the title. You don't know what matches would have happened between October and December. We could have had different matches.
Chances are, John Cena wrestles, John Cena wins.
John Cena wrestled, John Cena wins. Yeah, but
He wouldn't have won against Brock Lesnar.
These are
Yeah,
facts.
but Brock,
And you can't say that he wouldn't have wrestled Brock Lesnar because that hasn't stopped them from having John Cena wrestle Brock Lesnar in every match that he's been a part of.
I don't want to get sidetracked too much because of the whole thing, but I didn't know that WWE. My TV's on, and the Brock Lesnar beatdown of when he went into Triple H's office and just destroyed it back in like 2013, I believe, when that was. They did a Hardy's commercial with it, or Carl's Jr., depending on where it's at, and I just saw it. I was like, oh shit, hey,
I wish I had a
speaking of the
Hardee's
devil.
near me. I don't have either of them.
We have two Hardee's in my town, and no one fucking goes to it. Like, it's never busy, and I don't know how they.
You have two Hardys? Are they Matt and Jeff?
That was good. 10 points. That was a good one. All right, so Drew, you went. Wago, what do you think about this match?
I think the match was fucking awesome. It was above my expectations. And funny thing, you know why Brock Lesnar can get away with doing 2 moves? Because he's not doing them every fucking week. Bitch.
Do you think that people want him every week doing it, though?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't go every week. We're doing this whole thing
The
all
thing
over again.
is, the difference between Lesnar doing the 2 moves and Cena doing the 5 moves is that it's believable what Lesnar is doing, whereas Cena just comes out of nowhere and do it. I could believe Lesnar just doing German suplexes a whole match and it'd be completely fine.
I think it's just because it's Brock Lesnar doing it.
I mean, it's also
If he was doing that every week, everyone would get sick of it.
yeah, but I think it'd be more believable if that he would be able.
Doesn't matter
to
if
do
it's
it.
believable or not. If the crowd isn't into it, they aren't into it. Simple as.
I don't know. I like a good German suplex.
Mom likes a good German suplex.
Oh yeah, the double German suplex spot and then the double FU spot was pretty good.
Actually, yeah, I forgot about both of those. Yeah, this match had a whole lot of stuff that was just awesome. They overbooked the fuck out of it, but it worked. So
Pretty much every major little spot you want to put in there. I mean, did we even talk about how they went through the barricade?
I forgot about
I
that.
forgot about that.
They did a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's like they overbooked the shit out of this.
Lesnar kicked out at 1 from an attitude adjustment. I thought that was interesting.
He kicked out of 3 attitude adjustments
At one point,
in a
he
row.
just got up. Oh yeah, dude,
He
he
just
knows
got
all
up.
this
Attitude
shit.
adjustment after attitude adjustment after attitude adjustment.
Oh no, when he
Jeez.
did that, I was just
That's
like
hard
going.
to say 3 times fast. I'm just
Attitude
saying.
adjustment.
Attitude adjustment.
Oh no, what was the reaction?
Waco and I just like completely schooled you in that.
The first step he took when Rollins threw Cena out of the ring and he went for the cover and he kicked out a 1. What was their reaction like to that?
Oh, that was crazy because everybody was just like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Everybody thought it was going to be a 2.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
That guy, man, Brock has been so well booked since he beat The Undertaker.
I heard one person ahead of me wrote when that happened where he kicked out at 1, he yelled out 2, and then it was just kind of like, oh shit.
The only complaint I have with the way Lesnar's been booked is that if he does end up wrestling Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, what the fuck is Reigns gonna have to do? He's gonna have to do like 1,000 spears and Superman punches to beat him, like without the interference if they decide to get The Rock involved at all. That's the only
would be
complaint
awesome?
I've had with it.
I think I know what you're going to say, Wago. He does 1 spear at the beginning of the match and beats him.
No, actually, I was going to say, I was actually had a legitimate comment. I thought it'd be awesome if he just, does the whole Superman punch, 1 doesn't take him down, 2, and he's still rocking on his feet. Then does the final 3rd one, gets a big pop and does a spear. And then I realize he's not going to get a big pop because everyone's going to hate him by WrestleMania.
No, they'll recoup him by WrestleMania.
I hope so, because I genuinely want Roman Reigns to get over. I feel bad for him.
Peyton, your thoughts on this match?
This match kicked all kinds of ass. Again, Philly doing whatever they wanted all night, of cheering who they want and booing who they want. I mean, the way WWE intended for people to come into this match is not how Philly treated them. John Cena, from the moment he came out, was treated as the villain. Seth Rollins came out and he had complete commando the crowd. They loved everything that he did. And Brock Lesnar, they loved him too. Like, he was never treated as a... That wasn't supposed to be one. But okay, Brock Lesnar came out there like Conan the Destroyer and just kicked everybody's ass. But eventually, whatever happened when Seth Rollins did that table spot, something took him out, and I was actually legit worried, like, because I was watching I kept my eye like up on the Tron or the center scoreboard because we couldn't see the fucking Tron. But I was watching and I noticed like they never panned the camera over to Brock while he was down there. And then when I noticed Paul Heyman doing the X, that really concerned me because how often do you see a manager do an X like that? It's one thing to see a referee do it, but for Paul Heyman to do it, and specifically, he didn't even do the X like I normally see it. Usually when you see the X, they kind of have like their arms up like around their neck area. He did the X more like a DX chop where he crossed his arms down below. So that really set off some red flags to me. And then they started bringing the stretcher out and they still hadn't brought the camera over to Brock. I'm like, holy shit, what's going on here?
Man, Paul Heyman is such a good fucking manager. He's good in every aspect. Like, he knows exactly what to do to sell the fucking moment. Suck it, Bobby Heenan. You ain't got nothing on him.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's fantastic. And he was this night. Everybody who was involved in this match did absolutely fantastic. Seth Rollins closing spot, doing that Phoenix Splash. Excellent first moment to do it. As much as people want to complain about the final moment of the night with Roman Reigns and The Rock and all that, listen, the real star made on this night was Seth Rollins. This guy went in there, has had doubters for a long time, me being one of them, slowly has won the back. And anyone he hasn't won at this point, I don't think anyone can hate on him anymore. He went in there with the 2 biggest dogs in the company. John Cena, the man for the last 10 plus years. Brock Lesnar, the most dominant dude in combat sports and ever, maybe, whether it be wrestling or MMA. He just kicked ass at both. Seth Rollins went in there and hanged. He looked like he belonged, and that is so huge. And if I had to pick one favorite moment from this entire night, it was after this match was done and the entire arena gave Seth Rollins a standing ovation.
Yeah.
I wish we got
so
to see
awesome.
that. I don't remember it being shown to us.
That literally, like, everybody in the arena was giving him a standing ovation. That was one of the only things that I actually decided that I needed to tweet out because I thought it might not translate over. And, I mean, looking back and watching this match from the televised thing, you could tell that like it's happening if you're looking for it, but there's no shot of the crowd.
There's no shot of the crowd, and it's overshadowed by Brock Lesnar's music.
Yeah, and the announcers and stuff talking over it and stuff like that. But you can still see in the background like everybody standing up and clapping and stuff, and that was really cool because it was just like that was the Philly Smark crowd being like, "Damn good job, buddy," like we're gonna boo the fuck out of this later on, but you did great. Like,
man, just talk about a guy that got given the ball and he's known how to run with it.
Yeah,
because it sounds weird, but Seth's the #1 heel in the company right now.
Although I have to throw something out there, though.
Oh, here's cynical Tony being cynical.
WWE did something with Seth Rollins they haven't done with a lot of people that have won the Money in the Bank, where he actually wins.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it's actually successful when you do it like that. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I think he's, because he's like storyline-wise working with Triple H. I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be like the primary factor, but that just goes to show you like that could be a huge reason for somebody getting over. If you bury the crap out of them like you did with Damian Sandow, that you've done with The Miz in the past, and
Dean Ambrose.
Oh, I was talking about Money in the Bank people specifically, but Dean Ambrose and stuff that didn't win it too. You make somebody lose enough, people aren't going to be cheering for them because they know that they're going to lose.
Perception is reality.
Yeah. So you can start to, convince the audience of something and backtrack and hope that they'll still stay there, but you do it enough, it's going to be detrimental.
Yeah, but Tony, to that extent, like, Sheamus never loses, and not that many people like him.
That's the other side of the coin, is if you try to force something too much, then that's still not going to work.
What you're saying is it's a delicate balance.
Yeah, you have to be willing to let somebody win if you want the fans to get behind them. And not be like, well, we need to tear them down so we can build them up. No, you don't. Seth Rollins proves it right now. He didn't have to lose all these matches to be in the main event. Yeah, he won some of them through cheating, and he, had interference and stuff like that. Where he wasn't
perfectly fine.
He's not supposed to win everything absolutely clean. That's the job of the babyfaces. But he didn't win them all by looking weak and just having happened to win it, So they played a smart game with Seth Rollins here, and I think that's going to continue. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a cash in at WrestleMania.
I'd like that. As far as like Seth's whole character, they've just booked it perfectly well, and he seems like a legitimate asshole. We haven't had one in a while. It's just like I'm a heel because. I'm a heel because I'm aligned with the bad guys, but I'm not actually going to do anything heelish. Seth's a nice change of pace, and just hats off for him for running with this and delivering again at Royal Rumble.
So any last thoughts before we go to the Royal Rumble match itself?
You gay!
Alrighty, we've got part 9 coming up. Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns. Yeah, I almost said Roman Rumble.
Roman Rumble?
The Roman Rumble. That would have been even more of a boo if they would have just changed the name to that. Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble match. We're going to talk about that and anything else surrounding that match itself in part 9.